My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
James Comey. You probably don't know who James is. He's the former FBI director, and he has been caught for lying under oath. Oh my goodness, indicted. Grand jury indicts former FBI director James Comey on false statements and obstruction charges. Now, this is very interesting to me. Very interesting, because I had no idea who this person was, to be quite honest with you, because I had not been paying attention to politics for that long. So everybody's really excited about this. Pam Bondi is saying no one is above the law. Today's indictment reflects this Department of Justice commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. We will follow the facts on this case. James Comey wasn't indicted because Trump weaponized the FBI. James Comey got indicted because he weaponized the FBI and got caught. A lot of stuff's happening here. So I'm going to break this down and make this very simple and very easy so everybody can follow and understand. Because I didn't understand at first either. All right, James Comey, whatever his name is, the former FBI director, he just got indicted. We're all up to speed. We got it. Cool. That means a grand jury decided there was enough evidence to charge him with crimes. The charges: he was lying to Congress and trying to block a congressional investigation. This all comes from his 2020 testimony about leaks to the media and how the FBI handled the Trump, Russia, and Clinton email mess, that whole debacle there. The government says Comey gave false answers when he testified. In plain English, they're accusing him of lying under oath. They also say his testimony was meant to throw off Congress. That's the obstruction part. These are serious words. Even if the case itself is kind of narrow, they're not saying he ran a corrupt FBI. They're saying he lied to lawmakers about what happened. What makes this so intense is the timing. The charges were filed right before the statute of limitations would have expired. Basically, prosecutors had to do it now or never. This looks a little suspicious when you realize who's pushing for this. Donald Trump and his allies, who've hated him ever since he wouldn't bend to Trump's demands back in 2017. And what's even more shocking is that James Comey himself has unleashed a video statement about the situation, and that's the most important part to me, because you guys saw the beginning of this video of the statement that was going on. You guys saw I posted that was the entire thing. So I just wanted to show you that was the whole thing. I want to point this out. Let's not forget, Comey is the guy who announced the reopening of the Clinton email investigation days before the 2016 election. He's also the guy who documented Trump trying to get loyalty pledges. He's made enemies on both sides. Democrats still blame him for Clinton losing. Republicans call him a part of the deep state. So in a way, he's been walking around with a bullseye on his back for years. That's what he is. That's what he's been doing. Now, about the free speech versus accountability, people need to understand this isn't a random comment or opinion. It's the government. If the government proves he lied under oath, that's illegal. But if the case is flimsy and the prosecutors inside DOJ thought it was, then it looks more like political punishment than a real crime. That's the tension here. Is this about truth, or is this about Trump using the system against enemies? We don't know. No idea. Comey himself says he's innocent. In the video that I showed you, he says he's going to fight the charges. He's not going to let fear and power destroy him. His own son-in-law, who was a federal prosecutor, resigned from the DOJ after the indictment, saying he wouldn't serve under this kind of political pressure. That's not nothing. That shows people inside the system see cracks forming. This is very interesting. Here's what's really scary to me, right? And this is the part that's really messing up overall. If presidents can use their justice departments to go after people they don't like, then the laws stop being neutral. And without neutrality, true neutrality when it comes to how things are carried out, how laws are carried out, it turns into a weapon, and that weapon aimed at us could destroy the entirety of how things operate. If anybody's speaking bad, it can be used against media machines, corporations, and we have seen a lot of wacky, weird things happen, corruption at the highest level, and nobody's doing anything about it because the base loves Trump so much, because it feels like he's the guy, he's our people's guy. That's what he feels like, and it's feeling strange to see this happen. Because even if you hate Comey, even if you think he made mistakes, do you really want a world where the next president can just throw charges at any rival? That's banana republic stuff. That's how democracies corrode. This is turning bad, but I don't know yet. So I want to see the court case. I want to see how this happens. I want to see how it rocks. I want to see how it operates. Knowing the process of how fast things go with Trump, we may get an answer in the next day or week or something of that variety. This is going to be interesting. On the other hand, if he did lie, then he should be held accountable. 100%. I think you should not lie. I think that is ridiculous, especially if you are the FBI director. The FBI has been lying for eons, years. Little known fact, I like to bring this up all the time. There's a reason that I did not get a COVID vaccine. Reason being is because the government was handing them out for free. And I remember the Tuskegee syphilis study. The Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male, informally referred to as the Tuskegee experiment or Tuskegee syphilis study, was a study conducted between 1932 and 1972. Now, very interestingly, I'd like to do some math for you real fast. I'd like to do some math for you. What is 2025 minus 1972? Boom. Say, okay, maybe I'm stupid. My bad. I didn't type that in correctly. 53 years. 53 years ago. 53 years ago. That's not too long, by the way. 53 years ago. Now, how did I discover this? You may be asking. You may be asking yourself, how did I discover this? Well, a little known fact. My uncle was a part of this experiment. My uncle got syphilis from the government. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, how old is your uncle? He got the shot at 13. This is important. This is very important. This is very important. Why am I bringing this up? Why I'm bringing this up? So I'm bringing this up because the FBI lied about this completely. Just completely lied about this. Now, why do I bring this up at every instance that I can? Why do I bring this up? The reason I bring this up is because I don't trust the government, period. I just don't trust them. I don't trust when they give free things. I don't trust when they say they're doing the correct things. I don't trust when they say they're innocent. I do not trust it at all. It is not something that I am making a habit of doing. It's not something I will ever make a habit of trusting these corrupt, disgusting, nasty, filthy, trife people at the top of the world, at the top of power. It makes me sick to my absolute fucking stomach to see these people do these things and get away with this scot-free, having big political power plays, and everybody's arguing and having these battles. Oh, look what's going on. Look what's happening. Look what's happening here. Worthless people. Disgusting, worthless, weak, nasty, filthy, trife people. The Nick Sorter, Cat Turd, all these people doing all this stuff, all these people, all this stuff, this video right here, all these things and all this variety. Everything, all of this is disgusting. And I mean this truly and ultimately disgusting to me. All this rage outlet machine is nasty. So here's the bottom line. James Comey, whatever his name, that former FBI director, is indicted for lying and obstruction. The evidence may or may not hold. Trump clearly wanted this. DOJ is split on it, and now the courts will decide. But either way, the damage is already done. People see this as politics dressed up as law. And that's the most dangerous part of this whole thing. It feels like a goddamn theater. And I hate plays. I'm your Nick and Night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you